Good evening and warm welcome to the program. So, as a weekly edition, this week also we are going to review one of the job description hosted by a leading consulting company. So, this is to support you if you are looking for a job in good organization with a good package. What kind of expectation employers have, and do you have that necessary skill? If not, you need to upskill your abilities. Let me attach the PowerPoint slide. This is running live in both YouTube and LinkedIn. So if you want to see our previous version, you are always welcome to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out the previous discussions. So today we are going to see the job description review number 136. Before we dive into it, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Pattabhiraman. This is my LinkedIn profile. You are always welcome to follow or connect with me. I am also available in Udemy. You can see more than 5,000 candidates have enrolled for various supply chain program in Udemy platform. And coming to my profile, I am basically engineer with a PG degree in management as well as analytics. I have nearly 2.5 decades working in this global organization. I have started as a planning executive in Bosch and worked in various subdomain at various level, and I was there till I become manager for a 15 years service in Bosch. Then moved on to various companies. In the last two organization, I was heading the supply chain, managing end-to-end supply chain management, and currently I am heading an organization known as Thoughtware Training Private Limited. Coming to my certification, possibly if you are in supply chain and in the market, you should be knowing this APIC certification. These are a must now if you are looking for a job in MNCs. I also hold similar certification in from Demand Driven Institute. For example, DDPP means Demand Driven Planner Professional. I am also a certified purchasing manager as well as project management professional, qualified in analytics. Coming to our organization, we are 5-year old organization based in Bangalore. We provide both consulting and training in the field of supply chain and allied domains. We are operating under a brand name called Expert ACM. Coming to the job posting, hope some of you who are watching live, can you recognize this company? Which is this company? Those who are watching live either in YouTube or LinkedIn, you can make a comment. Which is this company? Which is this organization? Can you type it? Sarthak, but hello, good evening. I just was inquiring which is this company for which you see the logo. Do you recollect? Hope if you are in the job market looking for a job in consulting type of company, yes, this will help you. This is a Deloitte organization, consulting organization. I have picked this job posting from LinkedIn. I have picked it today, but this job was posted more than a month. So either why this job posting is still there, there could be many reasons. One, maybe requirements are more or the specification is tough. So let us check what is that, why it's available so long. And also you can see the number of applicant is very less for 60 people. LinkedIn generally, yeah, when we see such kind of a posting, nearly 700 to 1000 people apply only in LinkedIn, when you see such a low number of applicants and the job posting available for more than 1 month, so there could be many reasons which we can conclude after seeing the job description. The job position is consulting ET and P. The position designation is supply chain and network operations senior consultant 09. So this is a position based in Bangalore, on-site position. You can as well see here, posted 1 month ago, 60 applicants. They are talking about minimum of 5 years experience, so it's not even a mid or senior level. This is could be at top end at the junior level. Okay, but the requirement is delivered at least two projects leveraging Azure IoT or PTC and implementation experience around industry 4 or smart manufacturing. So you can see the nature of a job description which is going to follow now. 5 years experience, mostly they are looking in the consulting and not in the manufacturing background, but you should know what is happening in the manufacturing. Also should be using these kind of tools. So whenever this kind of position is there, the expectation is you need to optimize the solution to the customer. Maybe you have to give use some of the improvement tools to visualize current state to future state and give proposal for improvement. And possibly you should be knowing some of the advanced tool like you have seen in the previous slide. Of course, these kind of organization, they look for people with a similar background. They may ideally look from say their own organization, maybe from some other location may be most appropriate, or similar consulting company could be most appropriate. So the task and deliverables, let us see what they are looking is developing and implementing supply chain strategy. Normally at a operational level, this is somewhat a high level requirement, but it doesn't matter. It could be one of the job responsibility that you should think in terms of strategy, long term vision. It's fine. Then the idea is given why you have to develop strategy is to reduce operating cost. There is no issue with this, because this kind of position will look for such requirement. Optimize asset utilization. Of course, you are advising or consulting a manufacturing organization. You have to keep in mind all these factors. You have to reduce the cost for the client, optimize the utilization of assets, and transforming working capital management. Okay, you can see possibly you may be in a position, you should be in a position to reduce cash to cash cycle operation of a client. Possibly this looks reasonable at this stage, but let us see the further requirement. So here you can see they are talking about mapping the situation, current state as well as future state. Normally we do as a part of lean management. We use a tool called VSM, value stream mapping, and possibly some of the software Visio, which even I have used a long time back to plot this process. Okay, from the time you receive the order from customer, then you are placing order to your vendor and then receiving the material, and it goes through several process of transformation before it becomes the final finished product to your customer. So this cycle is totally captured in the current state, and here you will know what the process takes, how much time, what is the process, how many manpower, how much is the cycle time, like that. We are going to find overall what is the value added time and non value added time, and remove all the waste. That is the idea of doing this VSM. I am really doubtful if somebody from consulting background can capture such a value stream of in a manufacturing location unless they have worked in the manufacturing field. The second requirement is distribution and transportation network optimization. Possibly, this could be their overall idea to optimize their network design. Of course, when you are involved in distribution and transportation, you should be familiar in using WMS, TMS kind of software tools. These are all normal, looks like normal as of now. Still, I am worried why the number of applicants is so less. So as we move forward, the next requirement, they are talking about advanced planning solution. Possibly you should know about Kinaxis, O9, OMP kind of a software application. These are planning solution. Maybe any experience in anyone may be sufficient. And also they are talking about a network optimization software. It's called LlamaSoft or Supply Chain Guru. So it is not that these kind of tools you can learn by training in Udemy or any other platform. Unless you have worked in some organization by using the software, it is fine, because the private training is very expensive. And of course, they are also talking about visualization tools like Tableau, Power BI. So the requirement is starts building up for a junior position. Apart from making strategy and providing consultation to clients, you should also be involved in using this advanced planning tool and analytical or visual tools. Going to next, they are talking about manufacturing strategy and smart operation. I am really doubtful a person with 5 years experience who is using all this tool sitting in an office floor can understand what really happening at a manufacturing soft floor. This position, maybe they have to split into a functional consultant who has worked specifically in a manufacturing environment, and then a software developer, or maybe a consultant who knows all this tool may be preferable. But if you are dumping two such requirement in one position, that too at a junior level, then it becomes a bit complicated. So they are talking about make and buy analysis. So one more new addition comes. It's a sourcing or purchasing process. In addition to other knowledge, you should have knowledge of this process when you have to outsource. Maybe here you should have idea about core competency of this particular manufacturing organization, which it doesn't come just like that. You should have worked in such environment to understand manufacturing footprint optimization. I think this looks much more for this position, being a consultant sitting in an office, understanding this could be a real job. Then of course they are talking about costing, product costing or manufacturing costing. Improve value chain. Okay, improve value chain by offering, by reducing waste, manufacturing complexity reduction, supplier network optimization, working capital optimization. Too much for this junior position. Okay, you cannot expect a person less than 5 years, that too with a consulting background. But in this kind of application, I am really very much doubtful. That could be one of the reason why very less people have applied, though this posting is available for more than a month. Okay, if anyone who is watching, if you have a different view, you are always welcome to comment in LinkedIn or YouTube as you watch. Using whether Six Sigma methodology, but they are talking about value stream mapping, cost benefit analysis, etc. That's not a Six Sigma methodology. Okay, value stream mapping is a part of a JIT technology, lean and JIT technique. So they are mixed up here. And theory of constraint for manufacturing process improvement. So here the position, the expectation is a manufacturing, the person who has worked in a manufacturing environment. Normally there also we don't use all the three tools. Okay, I am from automobile manufacturing, so we normally use lean and JIT. This is one of the popular tool. Of course, this Lean Sigma was popular some 1 decade back, and now that is replaced by analytics. So you should know how to analyze things. That's what Lean Sigma is to do. Now, with the help of analytics, you are also in a position to predict the future and optimize things. Theory of constraint, I can say, though it is little live, but it is more or less dead. Okay, and not even 1% of the organization is using it, but Lean and JIT has survived the test of the time. In any case, whether this is a consulting position or in a manufacturing industry, you need to have at least knowledge of any one of the tool. Okay, Six Sigma is more or less replaced, so analytics can serve that purpose. Define smart factory strategy development, develop implementation roadmap. Okay, this seems to be much, maybe they are trying to dump more than what can be achieved at this junior position. Even they call senior consultant. No. Then digital supply network, helping senior executive, including CEOs, CIOs, and supply chain leader. A person with a 5 years knowledge is expected to handle the senior executive like this. Seems to be okay, but this position will be under tremendous pressure. Okay, you can also see this position is expected to create supply network opportunities, which means you have to identify, create, and realize. This is also a part of sourcing role. Okay, you can also know if you are from a manufacturing organization. Sourcing is a separate function. Supply chain is a separate function in most of the organization. So if I expect the person is from the core strategic planning or supply planning, that is a different. But if you are talking about vendor development, it's a different aspect. But I feel this is also being dumped on this position. Next one, digital supply chain. So one more addition, maybe software companies or consulting company, they are supposed to give solution in the digital form. That's where they are there. That's fine, but too much expectation, because he is also supposed to develop roadmaps for the future. Okay, then kill as a key skills and background, problem solving aptitude, strong academic background, strong communication skill, building relationship, confident leadership, influencing style, develop self by actively seeking opportunity, good business awareness. This is all fine for me. This looks like a soft skill. Whether you are applying for this organization or any other organization, these requirements seems to be fine at any level. This is fine, but you can see a specialized tool like OA9, Kinaxis, Azure, PTC. These are all specialized application tool, and you will not find many of the organization using such kind of a tool. So for applying this, you should be working in those kind of organization and also using this kind of tools. And the key job responsibility, including but not limited to, which means the person who is writing the job description is doesn't know what fully is expected out of this position, even though yes, he or she has dumped all the requirements here, which 5 or 10 years experienced person cannot handle. But putting this kind of a statement gives an impression that the person who has written this job description is not knowledgeable in supply chain, nor maybe who were responsible doesn't know what they are writing. They are not supposed to use this kind of a thing, including but not limited to. It's like when you are inviting tender from a public domain, it's as good as telling specification may be much more, but minimum is this, which I cannot tell right now. This is what leading confusion in the minds of people, and that's where they are afraid to apply for this position. I request HR guys to avoid this statement, including but not limited to is a nonsense. Also talking about quantitative to analysis, so this is where possibly the lean six sigma is replaced by analytical tool. Possibly you should be a supply chain analytical guy, but apart from those kind of Kinaxis, O9, other kind of a tool, if you have to know about analytical tool, for example machine learning, Python, and SQL, or then it becomes one more addition to the position. So everything is dumped here. Okay, person. And also you can see aid deliverable development, work with client management. So we also know this kind of position, you have to also sell solution to the customer. As such, there may not be separate marketing guy. You should know all the supply chain process worked in with high advanced tool, but also you should influence the supplier in the form of a sales guy. Okay, so you can imagine the position, how much pressure it will come. Possibly that's why the applicants have identified and they are not applying for more than a month. It is a right time for this employer to withdraw this, modify, make it more sensible. You cannot dump the all the roles and responsibility for a senior manager. Maybe it's a head of this function may also not handle this position. That's my doubt. Even if you pay 50 lakhs, get a guy from IIT or IIM cannot also handle this kind of multiple tasks. Okay, you're not going to hire a robo. After all, you're looking for a human being with a reasonable knowledge. Then support team and client through the project, fine. Facilitate project management. Now one more aspect is coming to picture, so you should also be a project manager, should know some of the project management aspects. Hey, it seems to be too much required experience. They are talking about once again, but not limited to, is that roles played would typically include manufacturing or industrial engineer. That's what I expected. This person should be from a manufacturing environment, but possibly you may not use all those tool or develop a software. Okay, you may be at the most manufacturing functional consultant. You can see supply chain engineer, production planner, scheduler. Of course these are the people who can fit, but you cannot expect all the description provided here. No, not even 20 or 30% in a normal manufacturing organization can do all this. Okay, the second statement given here is very much fine, but they will not even possess even 50% of the expected requirements. And you can see these people are talking about industry for demand driven supply chain, all this. If you see my one of the certification is DDPP. There is that's called demand driven planner professional. Even that's a part of SOP. It's not so much practical. If you are in a manufacturing environment, you will know that this is only a software jargon. Practically, but we are trying to sell this solution to the customer, saying that we can supply based on the demand. No, our world is not still prepared to do that, but these people put all that concurrent planning, smart manufacturing, industry 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seems to be purely theory. Possibly next gen supply chain methods, next generation supply chain methods seems to be very much theoretical here. I am very much doubtful. They even a few candidates who have applied may not even meet 20 or 30% of the requirement. So the conclusion, simply, if you want me to put in a single word, it's a nonsense. The people who are prepared, whether it's from the domain or HR, it doesn't serve the purpose. That is the reason why the people have not applied sufficiently. If anyone wants to challenge, debate with me, you are always welcome. On the other hand, the people, others who are watching, you can tag it to the concerned people in that organization. I can even challenge the head of that particular position to whom this guy is reporting cannot also perform even 50% of the specified job year. So it is a right time for them to withdraw this and amend. Don't dump everything into job description. On the other hand, if you are lucky to select some of the people, it will be a tremendous pressure on such guys. Even if you pay 50 lakhs, 1 crore, he may not be able to perform effectively with this expectation. No one from even IIT, IIM, or those with the 20 years of experience can fulfill this role, even if you are willing to pay 10 million rupees as a compensation. No, not possible. So, any one of you watching this program live, any comments? You can always welcome to comment in LinkedIn or YouTube if you are watching live. If you are also not watching live, you are always welcome to comment. Finally, whatever job, on one side the people want to go to such job, because if you talk about Deloitte, it's one of the dream company for most of the people in all the domain. They want to move here, but you can see the hurdles what is being faced here. So they may not be even in a position to apply for this kind of a job. Any comments? You can always type in LinkedIn comments or YouTube media. Is it realistic? What is, as per your knowledge, whatever job description, is it possible for a junior person with 5 to 10 years experience to handle this multitasking, expertise in several tools, several responsibility from strategic to operation level? Meanwhile, you cannot expect anybody to be upskilled to that level at this entry level, but we prepare the candidates to a moderate level of expectation. Okay, for example, supply chain analytics is one of the tool which is required for analysis and improvement. I am from a manufacturing background, but I use this tool to apply and improve the condition. Improve means it could be optimization. We are talking about cost or lead time or quality, it is fine. That's what we are doing. And next one is maybe we are also providing training for a global certification. If any one of you is interested, you are welcome to visit our sites or WhatsApp in this number. You can also connect with me for a career advice. So, is there something I can assist you? Any one of you watching live, you can comment. You are always welcome to go subscribe to my YouTube channel and see all the previous recording. There are some employees who are very reasonable for the position. And if you are looking for 5 years experience, you should put the required necessary skill. You should not dump from a head of that such function into a junior role, which can lead to disappointment both for the candidates as well as the employers. This is an ideal example for a employer putting a wrong job description for a much junior role. Thanks for watching. You're always welcome to interact with me. Bye. Have a nice